All right, guys, welcome to another KevCAM night class tonight. For those of you guys that are new, you guys are all currently in mute mode, I guess you would say, through GoToMeeting, and that's just to eliminate any background noise. Tonight will be just me, myself, and I going to try it out, just answering questions for you guys and doing the night class all in one here. So don't have anybody help me out tonight, but I'll try to get your questions answered right away for you guys. But like I was saying, with everybody being in mute, if you guys do have a question, and I hope you guys do, definitely there is a questions panel in the GoToWebinar. And if you guys just type your questions in there, then I can address them right away live for you guys and get any questions answered for you. So tonight's class is going to be covering HSM Spiral and Morphed. So we got a couple parts to go through for you guys. Hopefully a little bit more interesting parts than the last couple nights, but kind of dug through the archive and tried to find some interesting ones for you guys. But for those of you guys that are new, if you guys have ideas, please send those over to me via email. For those of you guys that don't have my email address, I will put it into the GoToMeeting chat right now for you. All right. And also, if you guys have missed any previous night classes, if you guys go to my YouTube channel, you guys will see, if you guys type in KevCAM under the search or type in SolidCAM University, it should pop up, and you'll see all the videos in there from the night classes and previous, quick little tips and tricks in there, and some short little videos on how to set up some certain things that you guys have requested. So, and if you guys do send a request off, you guys do get a free T-shirt and hat. So we'll get those over to you. We're actually having some more made up right now. We ran out. So for those of you guys that did get the hat and T-shirt, I think Ronnie, you had one coming towards you. They are coming for you guys. So, but like I said, if you guys have any ideas, shoot those over to me, and we'll add those into the night class lineup for you guys. And if it's something that I can just make a quick little video for you guys on too, we can definitely just do a quick little YouTube video and get it uploaded for you guys also. So if you guys have those ideas, send those over, because like I said, these classes are solely dedicated to you guys. So let me know what we can do to improve on them, make them better, or anything that we need to add to the lineup. So, all right. So tonight we are going to be covering, like I said, HSM Spiral. I got a pretty large mold right here. We have a size of like 18 inches by almost 19 inches here. So it's a little spoon mold. Basically what I've done so far is I've roughed it out with 3D machining with two different tools in there. And now we want to cover the spiral piece of it. So what I'm going to do is come into our 3D milling, and we'll select our spiral. Now, if you guys are unsure of a lot of this stuff, if you hit the little question mark here, it's going to take you to, we can click on HSM right here, and you can click on technology, and it tells you all the different technologies in there. So we've kind of covered this first half, and like I said, we're going to be working our way through all these next. So if you guys do have questions, definitely click that little help button, and that will kind of get you guys up and running right away. Okay, so what we'll do here is we're just going to do a spiral machining. And basically, it's just going to lay down it's going to generate a 3D spiral toolpath over your entire mold. Now, it works better for like revolved bodies and stuff like that. This one, it is revolved, but then we also have our little spoons in there. So we'll get it to work this way, and then I'm going to kind of go show you guys a different revolved part and how we go through and programming that. So first thing we'll do is we'll grab our tool, and I'm going to start off with a half-inch ball end mill here. Now, constraint boundaries, I'm going to do user-defined, and I'm just going to keep it contained to the inners of this this mold here. Now, change direction does not matter for you guys that are wondering there. We're going to leave it on center. And passes, and like I've talked about in the past, the best thing to do is leave your step over pretty large to start with, or just as the default number, and then fine-tune your toolpath for everything what you're looking for, and then come back and tighten up your step over. It's going to save you a little bit of calculation time. So from right here, I'm just going to do save and calculate. And I didn't go through and modify any of my links. Kind of left all the default values here, and just to see kind of what we're at, or what we're going against here. So we got a nice 3D toolpath right here. I'm going to get this zoomed in for you guys. And basically we're starting at the center and working our way to the outside. Right now I can tell that I'm going up on my wall more than I want to. I'm just going to come back and finish that off with a different toolpath. So I am going to set my Z-top to the top of those spoons. And if we do save and calculate now. And now we're just going basically to the top of the spoons, and we are doing a little bit of a spiral on the way out, but that's just because our spoon height is actually the same height as where that spiral kind of leaves off there. So now, right now it is starting from the inside and working the way to the outside. If you guys wanted to reverse that, what you can do is come into your link area and change this to reverse, because this one got me for a little loop here too. If you guys have to change two of them in here, you want to change this to reverse and reverse the order, and then everything will start from the outside and work its way in. So I was playing around with this a little bit last night, and I checked the reverse and it wasn't going to reverse, and then I checked the reverse order, still wasn't going, and found out we need to have these both checked to completely reverse the order of the toolpath. So if you want to start from the outside working your way in, or from the inside working your way out. Okay, so now I've gotten my toolpath pretty much how I want it now. Now I want to tighten up the tolerance of my step over so we can get a real nice finish. If I just do a simulate right here for you guys. So you can see we got everything roughed out with that 3D machining. Play this through, starting from the center and working its way out. Now I do have, since this mold is fairly large, I do have my tolerance set pretty wide. I do have it set to 10 thou in my accuracy right now, just to kind of speed up the simulation for you guys. And then also what I did is I changed up my steps so it's showing every 100 steps, so we're not sitting there waiting for it to do its toolpath. So I'm happy with the way that looks now. So now, like I said, come back in here and change up your step over. So I'm just going to change it to 10 thou now. Now the same as goes for the, oh, I can't think of the other one that we did. We did spiral, and I'll have to look real quick here. It's done. Okay, so we did the helical. So the helical and the spiral, a lot of your options are going to be the same. So your step over is basically how far do you want to move over. You can change your X and Y center points in there. You guys can put it so it's starting at a certain radius size. So maybe if we didn't want to machine out that center, we could start off at a certain diameter there of a minimum and go to the maximum. You guys can change it so instead of going clockwise, it will go counterclockwise for you, and that option is right there for you. Other than that, a lot of the HSM stuff is basically the same. You know, on your general, under your link section, you get your one-way, bidirectional, up-down. Same thing as your ramping, retracts. All this is going to be the same carryover from the full, any other operation inside HSM. So let's go ahead and simulate this. It's going to take just a little bit of time because, like I said, this is a pretty large mold. So we're starting from the inside and working our way out here and doing a 10 thou step over. Now, it all depends on surface finish for you guys. If you're looking for, a mirror finish, go that 5 thou, maybe even up to 8 thou, but 5 thou or smaller. It's going to give you that mirror finish. Just to kind of remember, the tighter you make that tolerance, the longer your cycle time will be. So, and you can see it's doing a real nice job, just doing a spiral, working its way from the center, working its way to the outside edge, working on that ball. You can start seeing our spoons start coming alive here. Zoom in a little bit here for you guys. And like I said, I do have the tolerance set pretty loose right now just for the solid verify, so it goes a little bit faster for you guys. And we're using that, that tool number 4, and we're not going to be able to get into all those areas, which is our 1/2-inch ball end mill. So we're going to need to come back and do a rest on a lot of this part, but I'll actually show you guys kind of how that rest works. And it's very easy to use, and basically, you just tell it a smaller tool size, and it's going to go and find where that material was left over for you guys. Any questions while this toolpath is kind of going here? I know it's that killer dead silence, but all right, getting close to the end here. Now, those of you guys that are, as long as this is playing here, that are a little new to the night class, for those of you guys, inside your guys' SolidWorks, you guys have the SolidWorks certification. We have come up with a test for the SolidCAM, so you can actually take an associate's test, a professional test, and an expert test. If you guys go to our website, I'll just pull it up while that's going here. If you guys go under subscription and SolidCAM Certification, and it's going to bring you to our certification page. So, if you want the Certified SolidCAM Associates test is for everybody that is on subscription, is a free test. It's basically to kind of cover just the basics of, just doing pocketing, profiling, face mill, drilling, tapping. There's a little bit of reaming in there. So very simple, basic test. We got quite a few people that have already taken this, but for the guys that don't know about it, come here and check it out and take a stab at her and see what you guys think of it. Okay, so we got that mold, pretty well roughed out and finished out here. Like I said, we were doing a 10 thou step over here. Get out of here. And now what we need to do is we have those areas where, where that 1/2-inch end mill couldn't get in. Like I said, it's very easy to use. We'll just make a copy out of here. Just got to wait for my updated stock to save out here. And we'll just switch it to, I think I'll go to a 0.125 ball end mill and kind of finish up all the areas that got missed. So what I'll do is just do a save and copy. Switch this over to rest machining. And now all we have to do is come and change up our end mill. And that's it. We'll just do a save and calculate. And basically what it's doing now is it's looking at the stock that was left over from the previous operation versus the target or your SolidWorks model and cutting any material that was left over. Now, if you guys have any ideas on stuff that you'd like to see different in here, definitely let me know. We can turn those in as feature requests too. But so you can see where that 1/2-inch end mill couldn't finish off, it came in now with that 1/8-inch end mill and finished off all the little tiny radii in there and got a real nice finish in there. So This is just one part using HSM Spiral. Any questions on this particular part right here before I move on to the other one? Okay. So we'll hop out of here real quick. And also, this is the Service Pack 3 of SolidCAM. So for those of you guys that are running Service Pack 2 right now of your 2016, definitely come download that. And let me just, this part right here. And if you guys aren't sure what you're running, if you click the Help button about SolidCAM, and it will tell you, you know, what version 2016, but the SP3 is now available. A lot of stuff that they added in there, and feature requests they added in there, and there was a couple of issues that they were having with the software too, so that has been updated. So, and if you guys don't have access to this, if you guys come under subscription and click on customer registration, that will give you full access to the website, or just shoot me an email and I can send you guys a link, or if you guys want the link, I can send it to you right now also. But okay. So here we have a pretty nice revolved mold right here. And this is where the spiral is going to really work out real nice for you guys. And you can kind of see we kind of got a dish going on here, just kind of working the way it, I'm not sure what this mold is for, but so we did a 3D machining here, and let me just do a solid verify so you can kind of see what we're starting with here. So we got it roughed out. I think I left the factory scallop on there, or the default scallop on there. If you guys want, if that's a little too much, definitely come in here and let's just change it to 60 thou. All right, we'll do a simulate, solid verify here, and go ahead and play that through. And we are missing a whole step here. What's going on? Okay, change my scallop up just up a little bit here. Let's try a 30 thou scallop. Okay, I might have come across something. For some reason, we are not, just double check my target here. We are still completely missing a step there. Let me just, we'll start from scratch here. For some reason, my 3D machine is not wanting to work on this particular part. There we go. That's looking a little better here. No, for some reason my second initial cut with that cutter is not taking it up. Let me just try doing this real quick. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to lengthen my cutter up a little bit here and see if... Okay, I'm guessing we had something with the crash detection, detecting almost like a holder was there or something was colliding, so it didn't want to take that second level, but now we have her going in there. Definitely have to look into what was causing that here, but you can see we have a nice scallop going all the way through. Really nice fine scallop too. I know we don't have a lot of time into roughing it out here. So now what I can do is we'll exit out of here, add our HSM now, and we'll turn off our Toolpath, and we'll go ahead and grab a ball end mill here. Use that 3/4 inch ball end mill, and I'm going to constrain it. Chain wrap around here, and we'll leave it to internal, so the Toolpath stays internal to that part right there. Like I said, we'll leave the passes wide open, and we're just going to do a save and calculate here and see what we have to start off with. So you can see, starting at the center, working our way out, we have a nice step over, working through. Obviously, it's going to be way too large to get a good finish right now. But like what I was saying before is, if you guys want to reverse that order, just do a reverse. So you can calculate now. Now we're starting from the outside and working your way in. Now for this, might be a little new. If you guys are always curious when you guys hit the little checkbox over here, what the start and what the end is, the start will always have a little dot right there, kind of showing you where the start point is. So it's a little something that you guys can look for. Okay, so now we can go to our passes, and let's just go ahead and put it at a 10th step over. We'll leave our minimum radius, everything the same. You know, we'll do both. We'll put a minimum radius in there, and then we'll leave it at 0. So let's do save and calculate real quick here. So now, guys, I got to ask you, do you like it just better with me here, or do you guys like it when we got a little commentator, account manager helping out? Boy, no answers. Solo. Thanks, Clarence. Okay. I feel like there's lot less, there's more quiet time, and you know how that dead silence is always the killer, but all right, thanks for the feedback, guys. Okay, so we're going to start on the outside and working our way in. Doing a nice spiral. Let me just grab my accuracy here. We can turn that up to get a little bit faster for you guys here. Okay, that one's good. Go back into our solid verify, get everything updated. A little bit faster here. And, you know, out of everything, I guess, you know, the spiral is going to be more ideal for this particular application. Like I said, basically like a revolve, you know, a mold, or, you know, something in that cylinder area. It's going to get a real nice tool path for you guys. Okay, so we're starting from the outside in there. If I wanted to, like I said, we can come in here, go to link, and uncheck the reverse, and now it's going to start from the center and work its way out. And maybe let's just change this up to 20 thou here. And now if we wanted to do a minimum radius, let's say I didn't want it to touch that flat floor. So what we can do is minimum radius, click on it, hit the green checkbox, save and calculate. And we'll go to our solid verify now. And kind of leaving that flat area off. Now the nice thing with that is if you wanted to, we could come back, and we talked about HSM horizontal, and it would basically come in there and clean up that. And if we wanted to, we could just add that in real quick. We just do add milling, horizontal, and like we talked about a couple weeks ago, horizontal is going to pick up all the flat surfaces. I'll do tool select, and I'm just going to leave kind of everything as is, save and calculate here. And it should come in there and clean up that flat area floor for us. Size diameter was that? So we don't have much room to move around in there. Doesn't like something here. Go to just limit it to that. All right, we must have too big of a tool here, because you'll see when I do a save and calculate, I still have a little asterisk by my HSM. So let me switch up our, let's just try doing 1/2 inch end mill here. And how tall is that part? 2.5. All right, let's go to centered. There we go. So now that HSM, it's because I had it set to internal. So put it at center, and that end mill is going to come up and clean up that flat floor area for you. So it's kind of a little bit of review of what we talked about last week. But is there any questions on the spiral HSM part? Okay. Get over to, close out of here, and we're going to get into a morphed part. Now I only have one part for the morphed part, and that's just because it was a little tough for me to find you know, a good part for you guys that really demonstrates how well morphed works. Now the way morphed works is basically, you know, we want to morph between our toolpaths. And for those of you guys that use HSS, kind of the same lines as that, you know, when you use your HSS morph between boundary curves. Pretty close to the same as that, but you know, we're using HSM, and we can do a boundary instead of having to click on a bunch of surfaces. So if this was broken up to, you know, 50, 60 different surfaces in here, you won't have to sit there and click through all of them. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the morphed path. So what we'll do is it's going to ask you for basically a start point and an end point, and it's going to come in here and arc it out, and then as it gets to the center, our tool path is going to become straight, and then it's going to start arcing towards the end toolpath, the shape of that line. So if we come in here and do our 3D HSM, and we'll do Morphed, and we'll grab that ball end mill here. Now here is where our first curve and our second curve are going to be based off of. So basically, where do you want it to start? Where do you want it to end? So our first curve, I'm just going to come over here and just grab that one chain, hit the green checkbox, and where do we want it to end? Click on that chain, green checkbox, and you guys can do, you're centered. For this one, I like just kind of leave it with what we have, kind of get some toolpath laid down there first, and then you guys can come back and fine tune this. Constraint boundaries. Where do we want to constrain it to? So I'm just going to do a manual. I'm just going to chain the bottom of my part here. Green checkbox. And we'll do this one external, so it goes a little bit over on the back side here. And I'm going to leave my passes here, and let's just do save and calculate and see what we have so far. Actually, we don't even need to let's just show it here. So right now, I can see one thing I wanted to change up. So we're using a ball end mill. I want to do a zigzag, so I'm not getting so much air moves right there. So under my link section, we'll just go to bidirectional, save and calculate. So now is a great, get a straight down view here, great view of showing how the toolpath works. So like I said, it's going to follow that first edge that you told it, kind of working its way around. And then as it gets to the center, we're going to straighten out our toolpath, and then it's going to start bending around for that second curve. And this is, you guys can use this also for like fillets. But if you guys do have, fillets around the outside of your part, HSS, Morph between boundary curves, is going to be a little bit better toolpath, because then you can do a spiral instead of doing the zigzag. But right here, this is pretty much what it's been meant for, in following that along that path. So you're not getting any air cuts, staying on that surface throughout the entire cut. So if we just do a simulate here, do a solid verify, and we have a pretty rough cut going on right now. So what I'm going to do is come in here, and let's go to our passes, and let's change this up to, let's just do a 20th step over. And let's do a simulate. Coming over the edge just a little bit, getting all that material out of there. And there we go. So like I said, we're not, we go to HostCAD real quick, we're not wasting away any air cut, following that contour shape all the way around. And that, like I said, that's pretty much what the Morphed is kind of meant for. Now, if you guys wanted to, I guess I haven't tried this, but we could try is doing our little chamfer all the way around here using a ball end mill. Kind of show you guys how that would work too. And we'll just use a small little ball mill. And my start is going to be the top. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, guys, so in the bottom will be the bottom right here. And we'll do our constant Z again. And let's just see what we have for Toolpath. Oh, I got to choose up my constraints, and we'll go to, let's do external. Nope. So it looks like a little too small of an area here to fit that end mill in. Let's just try a little smaller end mill here, 60 thou. No. So I made myself a liar here. On that small chamfer there, we can't really do it. Let's just try that's just a chamfer there too. I was going to say if we did a rounded fillet, but I don't really have that drawn up right now. But like I said, it's the morphing is basically just your start, your end, basically where you want it to the start and end of your tool path, and it's going to basically follow the contour of that shape from. Just pull it up real quick here from your boundary. So it's going to follow that curve, and then it's going to start switching over to the other curve. So, and you guys can have these curves do whatever you want. Like I said, I'm not sure. I had to kind of think on how to draw this part up for you guys, and what we could do to kind of get a good representation of what's going on there. But like I said, if you guys had like a sphere here, and you had two cutouts here, that would be another good area. So you're not getting any error moves, but you're going to see a pretty cool line path just because we're going around that or following that curve right there, getting straight, and then following that secondary curve. So, any questions, guys, on the Morphed? I know it's I guess we're a little bit shorter than normal just because we don't have account manager in here, but definitely if you guys have questions, now's the time to shoot them over to me. Trying to think anything else I can show you with the Morphed or the Spiral, but all right, we do have a question here. Toolpath that is generated looks really nice, but from my experience using a ball mill, it gives that to the part. I'm curious if anyone. Okay, so what Jason is saying here is he's saying, I'll just kind of read it word for word here. The toolpath that generates looks very nice, but from my experience using a ball and mill, gives you that center of ball mill has 0 surface feet and tends to drag and leave small little chip fragments embedded into the part. I'm curious if anyone else has found this to be the case. Jason, to answer your question, haven't really ran across that too much, but any other people who want to chime in, definitely let us know. What we could do, Jason, too, is, change that tool. If we went to, Jason, do you notice if you're using a bull nose end mill instead of a ball end mill? Well, let's just try it real quick here. Okay, he has ordered some. So, okay. So we got a bull nose end mill here, and let's see, what did we have? 75. Let's do 0.375. Do a 40 thou radius, and basically same tool here. Save and calculate. All right, let's go ahead and do a simulate here. Now for you guys a little new, the colors that it's representing when I turn on my toolpath is all based off of when you pick your tool. So we have purple right now, but if you guys are wanting to see a different color, we can switch to orange, to red. So now you'll see that we have red in there. Let's just do a simulate. And Jason, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten up the tolerance so we should see every little nick. Oops, settings, accuracy. Do a 1/10 tolerance here, so we should see some. Exit out, get back in, and let it rebuild our stock here. Now, Jason, when you see those nicks, do you see it in your Solid Verify when you tighten up the tolerance? Okay, we'll let this play through here. Almost done, come on. Yeah, it's the only problem when you guys tighten up those tolerances are extremely tight. It does take a little bit longer to calculate or simulate through here. So you should be seeing a pretty nice finish in there. We do have I think we had it at a 10th step over, but you know, anything that you guys see in here, it should be exactly what you're seeing on the machine. If you guys are seeing something a little different, it could be just a little bit of tool vibration, or maybe your tools, if you guys are using like the set screw style, those tend to, you know, push that cutter off and get a little bit of vibration going through. I really like using those shrink fit holders or the Rego Fix holders. It's like a hydraulic style holder, so it clamps evenly around the entire outside versus, you know, even though you're putting that end mill in there with a set screw and it's a pretty tight fit in there, it is pushing it off just a little bit. So that could be a little bit part of your problem too, Jason. Maybe you just have a out of balance, but the bowl nose should give you just as, you know, a nicest finish, not having that, you know, that ball at the very bottom. And hopefully that kind of answers your question there, Jason. All right, Clarence, can you touch on how to use side of the tool with multi-axis machining? Yeah, Clarence, I don't want to get into that one right now. We're going to be coming up on that one real shortly using the 5-axis. And so we can actually I want to get through the HSS for you guys, because if we transition from HSS to full 5-axis, it's going to come much more clear for you guys on how to use that. So we definitely can do that. But if we want to do a quick little touch on it, I guess we come in here. Oh, see, I don't have a 5-axis post. Let me get a 5-axis one here. I have AHA's UMC one in here. Okay, so if we come here, and for this one I would do the morph between boundary curves. And my drive is going to be our top here. And if I want to get it kind of curved over a little bit, the edge, and kind of like what we were just talking about, the start over here. End over here. ahead and grab that ball and mill again. Levels we really don't have to worry about. Toolpath parameters, basically how much of a step over are you looking for. So let's do a 10-tel step over. Now here is where you guys get into the 5-axis side, and I don't really want to dig too much into this because we are going to be covering this, in a couple lessons here. But we can be tilted relative to the cutting condition. We can be tilted to the surface by a fixed angle. You guys have a lot of options in here on how you want that cutter to be tilted. So, if you just wanted a lag angle of, 20 degrees, and, you can do a side angle too. So you're, instead of using, kind of getting back to Jason's point here, instead of using the very tip of that ball, we can actually use the side of that cutter and get the nicer tool finish here. Let's just do a save and calculate real quick and see what we have. Okay, well, we got a lot of extra unwanted moves, and we'll cover that in a different class here, but let's just do a solid verify here. So let me play this through here for you guys. I got to loosen up my tolerance here. We'll do a 1 thou tolerance, and then I want to show you guys every move. Exit out, get back in here, so everything's updated. So right now you can see that our cutter is actually angled at 20 degrees. And obviously I need to set up some areas where so it doesn't touch, but let me just pause this, and you can kind of see that we're using the side of the cutter going through that cut versus going straight down using that bottom of that ball. So we're actually using the side. If I want, I can kick that over a little bit larger to, maybe 40 degrees here. So you can kind of see we're using much more of the side of it, getting a little bit of a funky toolpath going on here, but and that's how it works. I know it's looking a little rough right now just because we haven't cleared up anything, but just to give you a quick kind of preview of kind of what you're looking at clearance on, how to tilt that tool with a multi-axis. Okay, George, I know talk about when you're using a ball and mill on flat and horizontal surfaces. Yeah, and like George, I guess Jason is kind of following along with your same suit. He kind of has that same issue too. George, what did you do to clear up yours? Did you go to a bull nose? And I know Jason, yeah, so that kind of cleared up his. So Jason, to kind of go along the same thing, what I said is switch it over to a bull nose end mill, and you'll eliminate a lot of that. Or you can use your the 5-axis and use the side of that cutter, so you're not using the very tip of it. So perfect. All right, cool. Thanks. All right, I'm also trying different results between HSS and HSM for operations like this, but don't see much difference. Yeah, the major difference between HSS and HSM is look at it as HSM kind of for a huge mold, or not even a huge mold, but more of a mold style components, where HSS is you're going to have to select on specific surfaces that you want to work at. So the HSS is really for fine-tuning kind of areas, or even like a big surface like this, we can come in here and just work on we only have a couple surfaces to select here, so we can just work on these surfaces here. And then obviously, I mean, I don't even have a gouge turned on, and that's why we're getting a lot of these rapid moves. And same thing with my link here. If we just did kind of a follow surface for both of these, should clean up a lot of our rapids. And even if we go to our toolpath parameter sorting, and we are set to zigzag. And now you'll see, just by switching our, I kind of getting a little off topic here, but just by switching our links to follow the surface, we really eliminate a lot of those red movements in there. So, all right. Yep. Okay, you could fixture the part at say 30 degrees, and then you can use HSM to ball. Yeah, so Ronnie was just saying, for Jason, yourself too, is like on this part, if we actually had this part like tilted up on, 30 degrees, if you just had a little sign plate or something, that you could put a little block underneath there and then tip it up at 30 degrees, and then your work on the side end mill too. But I know, Jason, you do have a 5-axis machine, but for those of you guys that don't have a 5-axis machine, thank you, Ronnie, for saying that. Definitely a great way to do it is tip that your vise up on the side, and then that way you're not using that very tip of that ball. So, all right. Any other questions, guys, or anything else that you want to see real quick? And like I said, guys, we'll try doing this, just by myself here, as long as I can keep up with you guys' questions. Or if you guys want, you guys just let me know if feedback-wise, if you want, someone in here helping out with the questions and helping out throughout the presentation, let me know. But figure I'd just try to give it a shot here, and that way I don't have to bug the account managers to come in to help out. But like I said, guys, if there's something that I'm not showing here or something that you guys want to see, definitely feel free to let me know right away. For those of you guys, I know I talked with a lot of you guys. I can't emphasize enough, shoot me an email. Like I said, I want you guys to have the absolute best SolidCAM support you'll ever, or CAM support that you'll ever have. So shoot those emails over to me, and usually get to you, as soon as possible. So, and like I said, if you guys have ideas or suggestions, let me know too, and send those over in an email. Let's see, it was George to send over a couple more ideas, so we'll get those definitely incorporated in there also. So shoot those emails over to me, and like I said, guys, just let me know if there's something else you guys want to see, something you guys want changed up, because like I said, these are solely for you guys to learn. So if I'm not covering enough, or if you guys want to see more detail, just let me know. But with that being said, thanks again for coming in and taking your time out of your Wednesday night and doing these classes with me. I really enjoy doing them with you guys. So, and if you guys want, it will be up on the SolidCAM University YouTube channel. Like I said, 1, 2 in the morning Central Time. And if there is videos that you guys want to see added in here too, please let me know. This one was kind of requested, and the rotary machining and the translated surfaces were kind of requested just in the last couple of days, so added those in there for you guys. But like I said, you guys let us know what you guys want to see, and we will do it for you. So, but I guess with that being said, you guys have an excellent night. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your night, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye-bye.